the 10 Commandments of Love Creation. I looked through this guide and I was very impressed. I looked at a lot of things that I've read. Can you tell us about why you think imagination is very important in the process of creating wealth?
Because it's an imagination to me and to many other people who kind of understand the mindset beyond creating wealth is the beginning. The imagination is the start point of creativity.
I understand.
Sometimes people don't understand what creativity means, so we make it easy by saying imagination because many people relate to that easier.
Okay, and with imagination, as you mentioned in your book, faith also is important because you have to grasp it and believe it.
Powerful, because faith is the booster. People think that to have faith, you have to be religious. It's not true.
Right.
To have faith is, first of all, faith is believing in something that you didn't see.
Right.
That's what faith is.
Yes.
And faith, when you believe, when you have an idea that is born into your head, and you want that idea to become reality, because before it becomes reality, like the Facebooks, the Amazons,
right,
the Apples,
right,
the Microsoft, they had to have faith inside of them that it will become true.
Right.
This is why faith is so powerful, because you believe in something that you didn't see materialize yet.
And with that faith, I'm sure having your intention and emotions attached to that faith also plays a large role in.
Yes, and I agree. I believe in God. I'm a Christian personally, but this information is not about religion. It's about anybody. The faith that we're talking about is the faith to people who believe in God. It's a faith in God, that's true. But if you don't believe in God, in a faith of what you didn't see materialize yet, that you want to bring to life.
Right, I understand. But also, you mentioned in your book, emotion is very important in how you, feel things and what you want to create. And so that's why I was asking. Faith is important along with the emotion attached to what it is you're trying to create.
Yeah, because emotions are the best manifestation, are the best way to judge where we stand. Why? Yes. Because when we're happy, our emotion tells us that we're happy by the way our body presents itself. The big smile. When we're sad, we cry. So this emotion basically tells us how we feel. So emotion is very powerful because it's the most easiest way to manifest how we feel.
Okay.
And what we're trying to say in this information is we're trying to explain to people that if you manifest negative emotion more than positive emotion, you're going to feel bad most of the time.
Right. So it's not about saying, imagine things, but if you don't have the positive emotion behind what it is you're saying or imagining, it won't even work for you.
That's right. So emotion will be the easiest way for you to read yourself.
Right. And if you're creating something good or not.
Yeah, no. Because if I'm happy and if I'm doing something positive, you're going to see it in my attitude, in my face expression. And it's true. Sometimes they say that some people don't show emotion. You're going to hear that too. But the reality is, they do show emotion. The emotion is just a little shocked, which means you can't read them with their face or their body language. The question becomes, what is it that means to people like that when they don't show? And you're going to see some people, they're arguing and some just don't say anything, or you can't read what they're saying. But the way they feel is actually on their face. You just got to learn how to read it.
Right. And a lot of people look at this these kind of things in wealth creation as a very easy thing to do. You just imagine, you feel, you have faith, and things just happen. But I do see that you did mention in the 10 Commandments of wealth creation that action is very important.
Very important.
Yeah.
Because you can dream all you want. You can imagine in your mind all you want. You can even put it on paper. You can put it in a book. I mean, in one of your own copybook. You can put it in different places that nobody sees, unless you transfer that to actions.
Right.
And I'm going to go further. It's not just action. It's action that transform your life and other people's life. Because it's many type of actions. It's action that just help yourself. But if those actions that you're supposed to do don't change people's life, that's where people don't understand get confused about wealth, because they think that it's a journey that people rush to get money for themselves and get rich themselves. The true wealth is the transformation of other people's life as you grow in yourself. So
with that, actually, what you're saying that, why is it so important to have gratitude? I've read your 10 Commandments, and I see gratitude as a very important thing. I value gratitude, but can you let us know more about why it's so important to have gratitude? Because gratitude,
when you're grateful in life, the people around you will feel that whatever they do for you, whatever it is, it might be a small thing, a small part that they put into your life, it might be a big part that they put into your life, they feel like you recognize their contribution. So this is why gratitude is very important, because you recognize the amount of contribution that other people bring to your life. It might be small, it might be from people that you know, it might be the people that you don't know, but it's very important to say to somebody, you know what, thank you.
Right. And it seems like with the law of attraction, whatever it is we're grateful for, it multiplies.
That's right. And what we put as emotion outside gonna come back to us.
Of course.
That's what the law of attraction is about. And it's real. Let me put it this way. People don't think that it's a fallacy and we're supposed to sit down in a room and imagine that the car gonna come to me. That's not what it is. The law of attraction is actually the attitude that you going after things with. What you put out there, what we advocate is to put it in a positive mindset.
Right.
So what you get back from people is positive. So that's what gratitude is. If you say thank you for people who contribute in your life, for people who don't stuff to, for you people who support what you do, they will you will get, if you say thank you, at the same time, they will feel more motivated to come and keep helping you or supporting you or sometimes giving you blessings.
Exactly. But as we talk about people, I did realize that you mentioned that the people in life, they're very important. Who you surround yourself with.
Very important.
And you mentioned about how you actually can even calculate how much money you would make
by the people that you hang out with.
Exactly. And that was very interesting. And why is it so important to watch the people that surround you?
We find out, as we was trying to figure out the environment of people that we spend most of our time with, that if you take the 5 people that you spend the most time with, and you add up their yearly income, and you divide it by 5, you're going to find out that you are around the range of the money that you're making. Why? Because the people that we spend most of our time with have a direct influence on how we think, what we do, what we become. It's the reason why we keep asking people to hang out with people that actually know more than they do, and to learn from people that they want to, the people who are already accomplished,
right,
that they want to do the same kind of accomplishment with. So if you want to be an engineer in electronics, you're not going to go to a Harvard and ask at Harvard people how to become an engineer in electronics.
Right.
What you need to do is hang out with those people in this field, learn from them, and that's where your growth going to be 2 times faster,
right,
because you hang out with the right people. The problem is you work the opposite way other. If you hang out with drug dealers and killers and people who believe in hurting other people, putting other people down, killing, this is what you're going to become.
Exactly.
A killer, because their energy, their mindset going to rub off on you whether you want it or not.
Yeah, as they say with dogs, right?
That's right.
If you lie with dogs, you get fleas or something.
That's right. Something like that.
Yes.
That's true.
And I realize, with certain people, like you said, if you want to be an engineer, you hang out with an engineer. And I think for a lot of people, our major thing we're trying to figure out is, what is our niche? Okay. What is it that we're trying, I think you mentioned identifying your niche is a key component.
That's right.
Because then you can concentrate all of your energy and focus on that particular niche to help it transform. And do you think that hanging around with a certain amount of people can help you define your niche? Or is it something that you need to research to figure out what it is?
Yeah, the niche comes with also, it's kind of attached to emotion, because you have to figure out by who you are, what is it that you want from this life.
Okay.
I understand many people talk about, you got to pick up the niche, you got to, be on the informatic here, or you're going to be, a journalist or a politician or businessman. No, what is it that work for you? Because what might work for me might not work for you.
Right.
I'm a real estate guy.
Right.
I picked real estate in 2001. I chose real estate over going to college, the regular college. I study, I put my money into it, I live that, I breathe that, I study that. It's a personal choice.
Right.
But real estate might not be for you.
Exactly.
What might be for you, it might be, how you call this, it might be finance, it might be, some are artists, some do music, some write books,
right.
So it's different niches out there. The key is to find what fits you. And the other step is, after you find what fits you, you have to try to hang around the people that are already successful in your niche. That's where many people stop.
Right.
They find a niche, but they don't want to learn what it takes to become good or great at this niche.
Exactly.
That's the other challenge, yes.
But let's get to the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, that's right.
This book is about creating wealth.
That's right.
And I really like the chapter about money.
Ooh.
And, how money is energy.
That's right.
And a lot of people don't realize it. We think it's outside of ourselves, but money is connected to the energy that you are vibrating in the universe.
That's right.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yes. When you say that money is energy, is because if you think negatively about money, if whatever you've been told since you was a kid was money is bad, rich people are all greedy and all bad, and none of them do good things, you're gonna get what you think about money back to you, which means less money.
Exactly.
Or none of it, really. Because in your mindset, you already think that money is bad. The problem is, it's not money, it's what do you think about money. If you understand that money is energy and there is no problem for you to attract it, and you have to do, of course, the step that need to be done to acquire it. You're not going to sit down and money going to pour out of the sky. It's some work that needs to be done.
As you mentioned, you have to take action.
Exactly. You got to take action. You have to have the right mindset. This is where people don't understand that everything that you start in your life start in your mind.
Exactly.
The mind is the most powerful catalyst to what you want to do in your life. So if you believe that money is not evil, money is not bad as some people think, it's just energy, and you want to have a piece of the pie, you're going to get it. But you have to believe it genuinely, and you have to work using the niche, using the imagination, the creativity, using the right people around you to take action to get to that money.
And I saw that you mentioned you're talking about why it's important to have 3 residual income stream.
Yeah, residual income stream is the reason why I did something that, and I'm going to go out there and say it, that the most of us in the industry don't like to talk about is the number. I went a little bit, out of the normal category in there because they don't like to put people in a box, or they feel like some people are going to get offended if you tell them that $250,000 is the start of basically becoming rich. And if you see that you make $100,000, you might be like, what are you talking about? I'm making $100,000 a year.
Right.
I got money. But the reason why we wanted to basically put it out there is to make people understand that what we've been taught, the most of us, and me included, that the only way to get money is to go to college, get a great education, get a job.
I know, we all been told.
And wait for somebody to pay you a certain amount of money. The only problem with that is what was happening years ago for our grandparents or our parents don't work anymore. There is no more job security. There is no more pension. Now they have something that they call 401k, which means, in code words, you have to save your own money for your future.
Right.
There is no job guaranteed anymore. This is why you see so many laid off, so many business closing, so many people out of work. Because the mindset that they was building was, you have to wait for somebody to give you a job. What we're saying in this book is, no, you have to learn how to create a job. If somebody don't give you a job, learn how to create one.
Right. And with learning how to create one,
that's right,
you have to also learn how to market yourself well.
Exactly.
And I noticed that you did state that, and I think a lot of people have a lot of talent, but they don't know how to make the public, realize that they have talent, or even appreciate and pay for their talent.
That's right.
And why do you think marketing is a major key to creating wealth?
Because marketing gonna put you in front of opportunities. And even personally myself, the way that people got to know what I'm doing is because I put myself, you got to put yourself out there.
You do.
And sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes, you got family, you don't, many of us, don't want our family to be involved in this, but this is the path. If you want a message to go across, this message, and I've been talking about it a lot in the social media, I want it to reach 1 million people before the end of the year, because it's changing people's life. And I have thousands of people coming out every day supporting it and talking about it, because they realize that there is no religion boundaries, there is no, hatred or tribe or whatever. We got us of all the boundaries that the most of us color boundaries. It's universal because it's about prosperity.
Right.
We want people to win.
Exactly.
This is what I advocate for.
That's awesome. Also, I wanted to talk to you about debt. A lot of Americans right now, we have a lot of debt.
Mm-hmm.
And you mentioned that you should always find a debt that pays you.
That's right.
And I was just curious, how do you get debt that pays you every month?
The difference between the wealthy people and the poor people with debt is that the poor people have debt that they pay. The rich people have debt that pay them. Debt that pay them is when you go borrow money, regardless of where you go, bank, private investment, a friend, a family person, regardless of where you get that money from, you're going to use that debt to make more money. Okay. That's the difference. Debt that pays you is debt that helps you make more money. The average, the majority of the people go after debt that they are paying for, which actually don't make them any money, but take more out of that regular paycheck every month and put them in a position of what we call struggle. That's the difference. And the example of the debt that make you money is people who use debt, borrow money to buy real estate, collect rent every month, borrow money to buy oil wells. Oil industry. Oil wells pay you for almost the rest of your life. Some life of the wells are 10 years. Some life of the other wells are 30 years. There is not too many industry that can say that. But the people who figure out the money game understand how to invest. We're talking gold. We're talking silver. Right. We're talking, I'm not going to go to, it's paper money too. That's what Wall Street does. But you have to have the knowledge about what you're doing. But, some people get rich off paper money, Wall Street style, but we also know about the crashes. Right. So you have to be very careful in which niche you choose. But what I believe in, personally, and if I have to give a recommendation to people, I believe in hard assets. Hard assets are assets that you can touch with your hand. Right. Because when your money is backed with assets you can touch with your hand, it's very, very difficult for you to go down. And it's a little bit more easier for you to make more money out of the money that you already have.
I understand. That's really informative. Gervais, I really enjoy reading the 10 Commandments of Wealth Creation.
Thank you.
And I think it's great to share knowledge with like-minded people. We, of course, as you can see, everybody on YouTube are very inspired by everything you're doing, and you keep on motivating and inspiring people to change their mindset. So all I can say is that we need to go out there and read about the 10 Commandments of Wealth Creation.
Thank you very much.
And this is just a taste, because there's so much more to come.
That's true.
Correct?
Yes, we have, actually people have asked me that we have the second book going to come out in a few weeks. Is actually also how to create wealth, but the worker mindset the owner mindset versus the worker mindset. So we're going to try to break down for people how the people who own think and how the people who work think. And we're going to go a little bit deeper on the third book a few months later. This is a bit special because I want to talk to a special audience, which is the African audience. And I'm from Africa. I was born in Congo, Brazzaville. And I want to share now what I've learned about life, and I want to put out there what will be some principle for us to how to rebuild Africa in the next 50 years. The blueprint. This is going to be revolutionary because some things that are going to be put in this book have never been done before. Wow. Have never been tried by anybody before. Wow. And we're going to challenge the status quo. We're going to challenge the last 60 years of Africa. Regardless of what's been done in Africa, we're going to challenge that, and we're going to put in paper the next move that needs to be done. And this move is going to have to be accomplished the most by the people, the African people who are outside, not just the one who are inside, because inside is a certain mindset. We want to bring this outside from the outside, start to come together, and get back to Africa and start to implement some things to lift us up, because Africa will be the most powerful continent if we stop using hatred, tribe, greed, and politics
Right.
Politics is not the way to prosperity.
Not at all.
I'm going to say that.
Right.
Politics is not. The problem in Africa is politics is the number one vehicle that people try to use to change things. It's not politics.
And it isn't working either.
It's not. It's not. It didn't work for 60 years.
It hasn't.
Because Africa is down.
Exactly.
It's the economy.
Right.
The problem with the economy, when people listen to economy, they think money. And they start to think about, okay, I don't have any money, but I have education. Okay. The question that we're going to answer is, how do you get money? Before you talk about who's going to be the next president.